This is the second part of my free class on everything you need to know about the Baby Lock Accolade serger and cover stitch combo machine. In the first video, I talked about why I purchased my Baby Lock Accolade and if the price point was worth it. And in this series, I've compiled all the information you'll need to know to make an informed buying decision. So let's talk about how the Accolade actually functions. The machine has some amazing functions, including things like how to sew a lettuce hem, for example. But today, we're going to talk about the two main functions of this machine, which is cover stitching and serging. The serging function can use up to 4 threads and 2 needles at one time. For a traditional 4-thread serge, there are 2 needles and 1 thread for each needle. There are also 2 more threads that go through the bottom of the machine, and those are called your looper threads. Think of serging as a type of knitting process. There's a blade that cuts away the fabric while the thread knits around the edge. There's also these guys down here, which are called the feed dogs. The feed dogs grab onto the fabric and help move the fabric through the machine so that you don't have to pull it through the machine. It's only your job to guide the fabric around curves. You don't need to be pulling it through to the back of your machine. Your machine will do that for you with its feed dogs. When referring to this kind of stitch, some people say serge and other people say overlock, but it's actually the exact same thing. Think about when you're overlocking, the thread is locking over the edge of the fabric. This encases the raw edge and prevents it from raveling over time. Now, the traditional cover stitch also uses 2 needles. Each needle has its own thread, and those create 2 parallel lines of straight stitches on the top of your fabric. Then there's also 1 thread that goes through the bottom of the machine, and that weaves the bottom of the fabric and allows there to be stretch in the straight stitches. In a traditional straight stitch that you would get with a normal sewing machine, there isn't any stretch in the stitch. So if you attempted to use a traditional straight stitch on a knitted garment, and then you put it on your body, it's likely that the stitches would pop. Using that cover stitch allows you to get that extra stretch that you need in a straight stitch. Cover stitches are commonly found in garments like activewear and t-shirts. When changing the function of the Accolade from serging to cover stitching, you do have to move the threads and needles around, but it's really fast and easy and only takes a few minutes. I'll be showing you how to do this in a later video in this series, so be sure to stick around for that. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.